What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Today we got another FGA member request. This is for the song Hesitation Blues, originally written by Reverend Gary Davis. This request was actually for the version of Jorma Kaukonen from Hot Tuna playing it. So this was a really great choice for us to check out because it's got a cool video for us to follow along with. The song itself sounds really complicated, but I'm going to break it down in a way that y'all will be able to follow, and it will help you learn it a lot faster. All right, here we go. Okay, that was basically the 12-bar form. I'm going to back it up here, and this time through, I'm going to actually chart it out as he's playing it so you can kind of follow along on the next time through. So here we go. I'm going to make the form. Walk up, C7, F, another F. Riff over C, G, riff on G, C, F, C, G. Right. Now he's going to start singing, so let's go through this form that we just did. I want to say, though, the first chorus through is a different form. He does the most variations in that first chorus. We're going to come back to that in a second, but let's get the basic form first. So let's back it up here, and let's take a look at the chord chart here. What we have here, it's basically a 12-bar blues in the key of C. But the first 4 bars are A minor and E to kind of throw you off. A minor is the relative minor of C, so it makes sense, but it's still a unique variation. And then it's also all boom chuck, so real slow like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's just gonna be this A minor to E. 4th time. Notice there that 4th time he does this cool little walk up. 1, 2, 3, and then to the C7 chord. And then after that he goes into just F. And little riffs like this with the pinky. Back into the C7. The last 4 bars we just have G7, 2 twice, C, F, C, G, and then it starts back over with the A minor. Now you would think that it'd go back to C because this is a blues in C, but it starts with that relative minor of A minor, which is the relative minor of C. Okay, so let's watch him. And remember, we're going to come back to the first chorus. Let's check out this. Let's watch him sing it, and I'll point out the chords as he's going. There's those riffs on F. There's some riffs on C. We'll talk about those in a minute. G. Riff on G. We'll come back to that. F, C, G. E, A minor, E, A minor, need a new gal, Lord, she won't mind, tell me how F, 2, 3, 4. F again, 2, 3, 4. C, C, 2, 3, 4. Can I get you now? Said, must I hesitate? C, F, C, G. You know the A minor, E, A minor. And this is the form he's going to keep doing every verse that he sings. Tell me how long do I have to wait? So listen to it a couple times. Can I get now? Said, must I hesitate? A little riff. Sometimes he does this. This is something just I want to point out. It's oftentimes on these, anytime he does the C7. Later he does the D7. And he likes to kind of slide those in. So anytime you have these 7th chords, remember that you can, if you have a 7th chord like this, it's always kind of an appropriate kind of tension that you can build going down half step or even 2 steps and then sliding back up into the chord. Let's keep moving. A minor, E, A minor, E, A minor, E, walk to C7. Now F. More riffs there. Okay. This is a good spot for us to actually go back to that first chorus and talk about the variations in the first chorus now. Now, I'm just going to point out what they are first, and then we'll listen to him do it. So what he does is he plays some common kind of jazz type moves, or maybe even you could think of them as almost ragtime. So the first 4 bars are the same, but then when he goes to the F, so he starts with F, going to F minor, which is a plagal cadence, going to C, A7, leads to D7, G, G7, then the whole thing is going to start over again. He does riffs often on these chords, so instead of how I was playing in D7, he does this little... Okay, you'll see that come up in a moment. On the G, the last 2 bars, he does this kind of like as a turnaround. He does this, G, this kind of a high position of a G, then this little kind of diminished passing chord, then G to the G7. In context. And then other times he'll line that with when you have like G to the passing chord. Let's listen to him do that and then come back. We're at 153. See if we can remember that. Here's the beginning. It's the A minor E thing. Walk up to C. F riff. F minor. C. Walk down to A7. Sliding into D7 chords. And then the G turnaround. All right, let's go through all those kind of parts, the basic part of it. So we have the A minor, how we had before. That's how he plays that. So on the A minor to E, don't worry about the melody notes. Just make sure you're hitting some and doing a nice, good boom chuck. Boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck, boom, chuck on the chords. Notice I'm switching A minor to E major, A minor to E major. Okay, you do that basically 3 bars in a row. On the 4th bar, after you hit the 3rd E major, start walking it up to this. Now that's how he plays it. He walks it up and kind of does this pull off there and lands on the C7. Okay, then we're gonna go into the F. Okay, this has some cool parts too. We have actually let's back it up to the F. So we have F. Okay, and then using that pinky to play melody notes. Then we go to F minor, so we block off this. And then the same idea with melody notes and bending those notes. Now, remember I said from before, you could also play those melody notes on the 1st string, like this. Now the walk down to A7, he does this really cool movement. He walks down this shape to the A chord here. And plays A7. Again, I'm gonna come back and tab all this stuff over the next couple days and do a slow playthrough at the end so y'all can play along. Okay, so this is just, we're going through the parts kind of fast now, and we'll come back to everything. Then after that, he goes to this D7, which is just this chord shape, and he does this kind of movement where he goes bum, 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 bum. And then that turnaround that we talked about from before. And then back into the top, okay? Let's listen to that one more time, all those parts together. A minor, E, A minor, E, walk up to C, F, F minor, C, cool, walk down to A7, now the D7, okay? So that's the only time he does those variations on that chord progression. The very last chorus, he might actually come back to it. We'll have to see when we listen to the rest of it. But let's fast forward back to where we were. I think we were at like almost about 2 minutes. So let's put it here and keep listening. And what we're gonna do is we'll listen and see if we can pick out some of these cool riffs that he does now too.
To the bottom, I'd never come up. Tell me how long do I have to wait? Can I get you now?
Now one thing he does, it's so weird, I just want to point this out. You know, he plays his G7 chord with his thumb over the neck, and this form, which I just cannot reach. I mean, I kind of can, barely, but that's what he's doing. He's holding his thumb over the neck on this G note, and then he's including that B note. Now every time when I play G7, I'm just gonna do it like this. So much easier to have this form, okay? So that's what I recommend. Even he must have huge hands, because if you look how much he's got to reach with his thumb over the neck. I mean, I can reach over the neck, and my hands are not big. They're average size, I would say. But maybe his guitar has got a especially thin neck. I'm playing a Taylor, which is pretty easy to grip, but he must have huge hands, I think. There's other instances where he does some huge stretches, which I'm just not even gonna attempt, but I'll show you what he's doing. But let's keep watching.
And rocks in the ocean, said fish in the sea. You know you mean the world to me. Tell me, do I have to wait? Can I get you now?
G7. There's a cool riff. So he's playing that riff over the G7. So he's playing the G7. And resolves it to a C. The shape that he's playing is this kind of string set where it's a second string and fourth string, and including the open G string. I know later he does a riff that's kind of like a little walk down like that. So listen for that. Let's back it up and listen to that riff one more time.
Can I get you now?
Oh, cool. This is the kind of solo bit. They just double time everything. Let's keep listening. And then I'll show you kind of how to do it. That's awesome. Okay. It's the same progression, so instead of just going right beat 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's doing the same thing, but he's clicking his thumb twice as fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, it resolves to the A minor. okay? So getting that boom chuck is really important because, you know, it comes up so much, and this is a great example where if you can do it, it's just a great kind of solo thing that you can do it just to double time the thumb. He's not raising the tempo. The tempo is the same. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, but the thumb is still going like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, let's keep going. Cool variation up here. Those two chords. Now the bass is cool, but I can't hear it hardly at all. I'm sure y'all can't hear it either. Now solo. Let's check that back out. Okay. Now this is really cool. Now he's just playing again. C major pentatonic. Back into the half time or the regular speed of it. That was that riff I wanted to show you. So he's going, sliding it down. Resolving to C. So it's 5th fret and doing this right hand pattern. And sliding it up to the 4th fret there, open E, resolve to C. Again, it keeps going. Let's keep moving.
Got the hesitation stockings, got the hesitation shoes. You know I got them hesitation blues. Tell me how long do I have to wait?
It's one of those big stretches.
And I'm getting out of it, long must I hesitate.
He's doing this position, like a G position of a C chord. He's got his 3rd finger here on C, but he's barring this off. This is one of those kind of impossible grips. I don't recommend to do it. I can't do it, and I'm not going to overly stretch my hand and hurt myself just to try. You can get the same sound almost by just doing... That's kind of how he does it. Let's check it out. Let's see if we can get this. Yeah, so he's just going... Just kind of think of it as an A minor grip. And then C, F. One more time.
Then hesitation blues. Tell me how long do I have to wait? And I'm getting out of it.
So he's a... So that's it. So it's kind of the C form, and then to a kind of a G walking down, F, back to C. Okay, not a super important riff, but just in case.
Long must I hesitate? And I'm getting out. Long must I hesitate?
Ends on that C7 chord. That was a rather quick kind of overview of the song and everything. Like I say, a lot of these video lessons, it's really important to get the chords down first and the main technique. Here, the main technique is boom chuck. And the main chord progression is just a blues in C with that variation on the first line being A minor to E major or E7 for the first 3 bars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a slow playthrough with tabs in the next couple days and then play that and then put that on the screen so y'all can play along. Remember, if you join FGA members, you can download these tabs plus all the tabs from all my YouTube lessons. That way you can follow along with the video lessons and learn the songs in your own time. So next is just that slow playthrough. So slow playthrough, we're gonna do at 80 BPM. It sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. So your boom track in 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna play one round of the intro that he plays, which is the modified version of the 12-bar blues. And then I'm gonna go into the chorus or verse part that he sings, and that is the more standard 12-bar blues. Both of them, however, will have that first row with the A minor to E instead of just a C chord. So here we go, at 80 BPM. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where it just repeats. And you're just going to repeat that over and over while you're singing the verse. Except if you want to end it right at the end when you're doing that C, F, C, they end on a nice C7. It's a really high tension ending chord, but people do that in blues all the time. But just end it like that with that C7 chord like this, okay? All right, so this is a fun song. I hope y'all like this. And if you're already an FGA member, shoot me an email and then request some new songs. I love doing these member requests. They're a lot of fun, and often they're songs that I don't really know that well, and it's fun for me to go through them, and I think that y'all have fun listening to it as well. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.